Hey you guys, welcome back to Zindy. So today I wanted to talk about something. So I see a lot of people struggling with this, and it's basically shop policies for your Etsy shop, for your website, even for your Facebook page. Is basically the policies of your shop. It's super important for two reasons. For you as a seller, it gives you good guidelines that you feel comfortable with, that you have vetted, that you know that are fair for both you and for your customer. And then on your customer side, it gives you a lot of credibility. People know what to expect. What happens if my package doesn't arrive? What happens if it arrives damaged? How soon will I get my package? So it answers a bunch of questions for your customer without even having to reach out to you. And then it gives you good guidelines if something happens, something may arise, and you're like, how do I handle this as a business owner? You have your policies, you have your guideline, and it just gives you a starting point of what to do and where to go next. So I just wanted to go over that with you guys and kind of give you a basis on shop policies, what's important to be in there, and then kind of give you an idea, should I do this, shouldn't I do that, so on and so forth. So I've been doing this for a long time. Zindy's been around for 11 plus years. We've gone through a lot of customer service, a lot of shop policies. So everything I'm going to talk about today does mirror what we do at Zindy. Okay, so not everything applies to us like it'll apply to you, but what I'm going to show you today is basically as a craft business, as a handmade business, this is going to be geared more towards that. Also, these shop policies I'll have as a digital download that you are welcome to download for our website for free. It's just basically a template that gives you a starting point of what to do and where to go. Okay, so first things first, creation time and transit time. That's one of the things your customers want to know immediately. If I order this, how soon will it ship to me? I have a birthday party in 2 weeks. Will it get to me? Will it not? So you want to be very clear with your creation time and your transit time, okay? So basically, if you're a handmade business, in your policy, I would state all of our items are handmade. We do ask for blank to blank business days. So 1 to 3 business days, 1 to 2 weeks for your item to be made and out of our door and on our way to you, okay? So we have creation time, we have transit time. Make sure you're very clear in your policies that creation time and transit time are two separate things. The creation time is what you have control of. That's how fast you're gonna make that item and get it out of the door and on the way to the customer. Transit time is a whole different thing. So if you're using USPS, UPS, FedEx, it depends on what that transit time is. So you need to know how you ship to be able to give them an estimate on transit time. Make sure in your policies that you write transit times are estimates only unless you offer a guaranteed method. If you offer a guaranteed method, then you can say in your policies, if you order with this shipping method, it is guaranteed to arrive in 2 days. Be careful with that because you will need to have something you do if for some reason it doesn't arrive. So UPS, FedEx, if you use those as a guaranteed delivery, you will get a refund on your shipping that you pay for the guaranteed, but your customer will not be happy when they are looking for a guaranteed delivery. So up to you what you want to do with that. So also creation time and transit time, don't give yourself no room for error, okay? You always want to under promise and over deliver. So if somebody orders a bag drill and you know beyond a shadow of a doubt you can get it done in 3 days, okay? That's great. Tell your customer 3 to 5 business days. They will be ecstatic when it arrives and when it ships in 3, okay? And then if something happens, you get sick, your kid gets sick, whatever, you have a couple days of a buffer if needed. You don't want to promise something and then not deliver it, okay? So always under promise, over deliver. It's a great rule to live by. All right, so creation transit time. You need to make that very clear. What is your creation time? What is your transit time, okay? Next, payments. What forms of payments do you accept? PayPal, Venmo, on your website, on Facebook, so on and so forth. What forms of payment do you accept? And then payment terms. Do you require full payment before any work is being done? Do you do a 50% deposit with another deposit after? I personally would recommend full payment before you do anything, especially for smaller items, keychains, badge reels, all of that. 100% I would require full payment before you do any work on that item, okay? Shipping. Where do you ship from? People like to know where it's coming from. If you're in Florida and it's shipping from Alaska, they usually would like to know. So, so where are you shipping from? And then where do you ship to? USA only, USA and Canada, so on and so forth. So where do you ship from? Where do you ship to? Okay, this is a big one. How do you ship? Okay, so for small items, badge reels, keychains, those kind of things, I would recommend to stick with USPS. They are the best for smaller items. If your items are heavier, you have bigger items, then FedEx and UPS are also great. But for small items, USPS. The two methods that you will probably use are first class and priority, okay? First class is an estimated 3 to 5 business days, okay, for it to arrive. That's just an estimate. Make sure you write that in your policies. It is an estimate. This is approximate only. It is not guaranteed because delays can happen, especially during holidays, high volume times. Delays happen. That is beyond your control. Write that in your policies. These are estimates only given to us by USPS, not guaranteed. So first class, approximately 3 to 5 business days. It can be sooner. Sometimes it'll be 1 or 2 if they're really close, but 3 to 5 business days. Priority is approximately 1 to 3 business days. Usually is 2 to 3, but if they're really close, it'll be 1. But again, these are estimates, approximate, not guaranteed, okay? Because delays happen, again, beyond your control. So just make sure you write all of that. This will give you a good guide to go off of. I have it all written for you. Are packages insured? Do you insure your packages? Okay, so you need to write that. Yes, we insure everything that ships from us. If you do, you need to make sure you include that in your shipping cost so that you can just insure everything that leaves your door. Especially at first class, those are not automatically insured, so you'll have to pay extra to insure first class. Priority automatically comes with $50 of insurance, so you don't have to do anything special for that. If you don't insure packages, say no, our packages are not insured, but you're welcome to do so for a fee of X, whatever your fee is, depending on the cost of your item, you can insure it for this much. I personally, for your sanity, for your customer sanity, is just insure it, or be prepared to replace it if something happens. I think it's good customer service whenever someone orders from you and you take full responsibility for that until it shows delivered, okay? And even if it shows delivered, if it's damaged, you take care of that. Your customers will love that. It will make your life easier. Everything is just, it's the fairest thing for your customer. They're giving you money for product, so I do believe it is the seller's responsibility to get it to that customer, okay? So I would recommend to insure everything, or at least be prepared to replace anything that gets lost in transit, that gets damaged in transit, that sort of thing, okay? When is a package considered lost? Okay, so this is one that people struggle with a lot. Just because your tracking hasn't updated for a few days does not mean your package is lost. It just means that it could be on a wrong truck, it could be delayed, it could be just high volume. Like during holidays, a lot of things don't get scanned. Literally, they will leave your house and they will not have a single scan until they get delivered to your customer. So missing scans does not mean it's lost, okay? So typically USPS considers domestic USA packages lost is after 15 days, okay? So if there's 15 days that go by and there's no movement, no delivery, I would consider it lost 100% by then, and USPS considers it lost by then. For international orders, it's 45 days, okay? So just make sure you're clear in your policies. Packages are not considered lost until this amount of days, okay? At that point, we can 100% take care of it, but people have to realize, you have to be patient, that some things do get delayed and tracking is not a 100% fail-proof thing, it's very common for it not to update. One thing you can recommend for your customers is to go onto USPS and sign up for updates there. And then as soon as anything updates, they'll get either a text or email, whatever they sign up for. And it does seem to help things get moving. I know it's emotional to say that, but I don't know why. Usually as soon as you sign up for updates, you get something within a day or two. Okay, so package is considered lost. What happens after that 15 days, 45 days? If that package does not arrive, not show delivered, nothing after the 15 days, who's replacing it? So put that in your policies. If a package is lost, I will replace it after 15 days of no delivery, no update. Okay, what happens if an item I received is damaged? Damaged items will need to be reported within X amount of days. You choose how many days you want after something is delivered. How soon do you want them to report something's damaged? I would not go too long on there. Things could be damaged by a dog, by a kid, by you. So you want to have like a fair amount of time, 7 days, 14 days, something in that range. Please report damaged items within this many days, okay? Include photographs, and then we'll go from there. If you don't replace damaged items, I don't recommend that. If something's damaged, I highly suggest as a seller you replace. You want to take care of your customers. You want them to come back. You want them to tell others about you. And they gave you money for a product. If something arrives damaged, that's no fun at all. No fun for them, no fun for you. If you have insurance on it, you can go ahead and file with USPS and go ahead and replace for your customer. But if you decide damage is not on you and you do have insurance, then you want to politely explain to your customer, damaged items we don't replace, but here are all the steps to file an insurance claim, as there is insurance on this package. Again, I don't recommend going that route, but if you prefer to do that, that is totally up to you. Then you want to also have your care instructions in there. So say for instance for badge reels and keychains, something like if you drop this item, it could damage it. So all of those things. So whenever somebody messages you, say, hey, I've had this item for 40 days and I dropped it and it broke, you can refer to your shop policies and be like, I'm so sorry, there's nothing we can do for mishandling. Here are our care instructions, so on and so forth. Okay? Returns and exchanges. Okay, so normally for handmade custom items, I would not suggest accepting returns or exchanges unless it's a mistake on your part, or unless you know it's something that you can resell, like if it's not personalized, or you, even though it's handmade, you have several in your shop. That's the only time I would accept a return and exchange on a handmade item like that. Most of the things are made to order for them. Obviously, if they want to return because something wasn't done correctly, like they asked for purple and you send them blue, then of course I would 100% take care of that customer and say, so sorry, that's on us, let me take care of it. So returns, exchanges, so yes, you accept returns on new unused items within so many days of delivery. Who is responsible for that return shipping? If a customer just wants to return it because they changed their mind, I would require them to be responsible for return shipping. If they want to return something because it's completely a different color than what they asked for, 100% us as a seller would take care of that. Okay? And then, do you accept exchanges? Same thing. Yes, we'll accept exchanges on new items within this many days, or no, we will not accept exchanges as everything is made to order. But again, if there's a mistake on your part, then I would go ahead and take care of that customer. And then warranty, guarantee, defective items will be replaced within blank amount of days. So for instance, a badge reel, they get it within the first 5 days, it won't retract anymore or something weird like that. That's the defective item. If they get something and it's fully working and good and then they drop it after 7 days, that's a whole nother issue. So that's where you have your policies to refer back to and be like, this is our care instructions. You can't drop it. You can't do this. I'm so sorry. I can't replace something that was misused but arrived intact and good to go. But if sometimes it's rare, you could have something that's defective, like a bag drill or something like that. And in that case, obviously, you would want to replace it within however many days you have for defective items. So I hope that helps you guys, just kind of give you an idea of where to go. A few tidbits as far as customer service in general. When people message you, don't get defensive. Don't get emotionally triggered by it. It's very easy to read into words and read it more negatively than anybody is intending to. And it's also very easy to write something and it come across to your customer more negatively than intended to. So just make sure you take a step back, read it objectively, and realize they're not attacking you. They're stressed or they're worried. They think they might have lost money. 99% of people are amazingly kind. And most of them are just a little stressed and they're worried they won't be able to get something replaced or they messed up, so on and so forth. So try to just be objective, stay kind. And then the other thing, always tell them the bad news first, okay? Hey, my package hasn't updated in 7 days. What do I do? It's lost, okay? Say, you can respond, packages are not considered lost until 15 days. So you tell them that first. You get that out of the way. That's the first thing. And then you can explain, but in the event that it does become lost, we take full responsibility for that. So don't worry. Also let them know that it's very common. It's not an uncommon thing for things to be delayed, misrouted, or anything like that. So bad news first. Stay kind. Don't stress out. You got this. The policies are great to just have in your back pocket. It takes the emotion out of it. You can look at it and be like, okay, in this situation, this is what I would like to do. This is fair for the customer. This is fair for me. And then you have a place to go. So I hope that helps you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll do more videos and I'll see you soon. Bye.